everyone, today I wanted to go ahead and talk about Jeepers Creepers 3. I went and saw it opening night. It was actually showing in one of my local theaters. This movie takes place in between the first and the second film. So basically it works as an in-between story. Just ignore her. So we have our first movie with Derry and his sister trying to escape the creeper. Then we have the in-between story to what happens directly after the creeper moves on to a new city in his feeding period of these 23 days. Then, right after that is when the second movie takes place, because the way this third movie ends is it leads up into the second movie. And I really like the way it all went together because of that. Let's see. I don't want to give away too much because, yeah, I don't want it to be a spoiler video. So, like I said, this movie basically takes place in between the two films. The creeper has moved on to another city along his feeding path. And in this movie, we kind of learned that as the creeper feeds, he kind of moves to different areas, and that's why he has different attacks in different areas. They also do mention Kenny and Darla from the first film, and there is a big Kenny and Darla connection in this third movie, which I also found really interesting because I always kind of wondered, I want to know a little more about who Kenny and Darla were. I would actually kind of like to see what kind of a terror-filled ride Kenny and Darla had as maybe like a prequel sometime later on, because I mean, we see them in the first movie where they're all stitched up on the wall in the church in the basement. So, I mean, it'd be really nice to see exactly what they went through, especially since they're such a big part of the lore of the first film. And it's like a local legend that these two went missing and on prom night. This movie starts off right away in the story. It stays pretty dark for quite a while. There's a lot of dark scenes right in the beginning of the movie, and it does make it kind of hard to see, but it also adds a sort of air of mystery and, whoops, sorry, there's a bug up here. It adds an air of mystery and kind of sets the time. Though I would have liked to have been able to see a tiny bit more. That's just my personal preference right in the beginning. It does lighten up throughout the film, because for a while there it was so dark for a long time. I was starting to wonder whether or not the film was going to lighten up anytime soon. There's quite a few interesting creeper kills. And the creeper is the whole reason why I went to go see the movie, because the creeper is one of my favorite monsters or creatures that has been created in the recent past. And I don't find too many really great creature films that come out. And since the creeper is one of them, I really loved him initially, and I kind of like clung to him. And Jonathan Breck is absolutely amazing as portraying the creature. At the end of the film, if you guys do stick around after the credits, there is a interview of Jonathan Breck and how his experience as the creeper has been for him, basically. So, but that's basically all they have after the credits, is just the interview. This movie does set up for a 4, which is awesome, and it sounds like Gina Phillips is going to be in it. She had a intro speaking line, and also she concluded the film with a ending which tied in the third and the second movie and kind of gave it a chronological order. And as the movie ends, we see her and she gives her final speech, as in, we're ready to take the creeper down. This film did tease at some information that could be coming out about the creeper later on, because we got only like a tiny little tidbit that there was information in this film, and some of the characters were starting to find out that information. The one thing that we did learn from this film is that, you know, the creeper is really, really old and it's been here a long time. And that's the only thing that we actually learned. Though it does seem like there is a piece of information that some of the characters received that I would have really loved to see, because they do some sort of a flashback and they know something about the creeper. If you like the creeper, you'll love this film, because that's the whole reason why people go see this movie, is to see the creeper. His look was a little different this time, and to be honest, I prefer the creeper of the first two films. This one seemed a little different color and just a little different, a little bit of a different shape. So that kind of threw me for a loop at first, but it could be the fact that later on they had the creeper out in actual lighting. One thing I did not like about the film was there wasn't any eating people. There was implications that he was, you know, collecting this person and that person and this person because he smelled something in them that he wanted to eat. But he never actually, like, took a piece of someone like we saw in the second movie and, you know, had it incorporate in his body. And I loved that scene in the second Jeepers Creepers where his head got damaged and he basically was like, whatever, took it off, grabbed someone else's head and had it come on up and become one with him. I would have really liked to see that because I feel like that something like that could have been put into the film, and it also would have made it make sense because some things happen in this film and I feel like we want to see the creeper regenerate. We want to see the creeper, you know, take pieces of victims and have it become part of him, because that's who the creeper is. He feeds and he regenerates and he lives for a long time. If he needs a piece, he gets a new one, right? So I feel like that should have been incorporated a little more. As a story in itself, I think it does fit pretty well with it feels like, you know, the right time period. It feels like it could flow within the creeper's feeding spree. So that's what you should go into this film knowing, is that this is part of the creeper's feeding spree. It's in the middle and it's setting up for the fourth movie. And if you're wanting to see a storyline like that, this is going to be for you. Though I do know that there are quite a few people that did not like the film, and I understand why. Maybe they wanted something a little different, storyline-wise, and I can see that. Out of the three films, it's probably my least favorite because, I mean, the first one is awesome. The second one's a little bit cheesy, but the cheese kind of makes it. And this one is it's the in-between. It's kind of like for me, it's almost like a placeholder. And it kind of explains how the other counties dealt with the situation. And it was interesting because all the counties didn't act so surprised, in a way. I don't know, I try not to do spoilers, but that's what my review is, basically. If you want to see the Jeepers Creepers 3 and you like the creeper, go to see the film. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the movie. Let me know if you've seen it. Did you like it? Did you like the acting? Did you like the storyline? Were you expecting to see something else? Because it's been such a hush-hush film for a while. We didn't know what the storyline was actually going to be for a long time. Let me know if you were disappointed. What would you have liked to see? If you like the creeper at all, just let me know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.